Hey guys, I'm Mary and welcome back to Study Journey. Welcome back to the game series. This is the first episode of the collections game. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what it is and actually starting on half the game. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today's episode, we're going to be starting the collection game. So what this is going to do is, here's the catcher right here, and here is a ball. The ball is going to fall down, and whenever it hits the catcher, the score is going to increase. So how do we program this game? Well, let's start with the beginning code. So this is what the code I already have. You might want to copy this down before we get started if you're following along. So here is like a small basis of the code. So let's read through the code. So there is a variable called the catcher and its following object. And in the function setup, we created a canvas 400 by 400 with this color background. Now we have two catcher. We created a catcher, and this is this blue block right here. So this is a new sprite, and this is this color. And then there is the following object. So in this draw function, we can see that there is a text right here, which just says move the catcher with the left and right arrow keys to catch the falling objects. So how fast is this ball actually falling? Well, we can define it right here. So in falling object, we can actually define its velocity. So falling object dot vel dot, do we want the velocity for going down or going left and right? Well, it's going to be the velocity when it's falling down. So y, or the y coordinate, and let's let it just be 2. So now let's actually program this to work. Well, first, if the object moves down to the bottom, as we can see, if we run the game, it looks like this right now. So when it falls down, we want it to go back to the beginning and not just keep on continuously falling. So I'm going to write code for that. I'm going to write a little comment so I know what the code is. If object reaches the bottom, move back to top. Okay, so if the following object dot y, so it's y coordinate, or how far it's going down, if this is greater than or equal to the height, which is 400 right here, then we're going to make the following objects y coordinate, so dot y, equal to 0. So it's going to go all the way back up to the top. And where do we want the following object to be? Is it always going to be at this location? Well, we want it to be randomized. So I'm going to randomize its x-coordinate with the random function. And what is the range of how far it can go? Well, we're going to start from the beginning and go all the way here. So random, and that's just the width. So what is the velocity of it coming down? Well, in the beginning it is 2, but do we want it to change? Well, we can let it be also randomized. So following object dot velocity dot y, we can let this be, for example, the random from 1 to 5. So it can go slower or faster. Now let's play it. As we can see, when it goes all the way to the bottom, it goes all the way back to the top. But why is it lines like this? Well, first let's set the background. So background, I'm just going to also make it 224, 224, 224. And then that fixes it. So as we can see, when it hits, the catcher moves, but we don't want the catcher to move when another object hits it. So it shouldn't move when another object hits it. So that means the catcher should be kinematic. So up here, when we created the catcher, I'm going to add another parameter k, which means kinematic, which means it shouldn't be affected when other objects hit it. Okay, now let's write the code for moving the catcher. So when we're moving the catcher, if we use the left arrow, then this catcher should go left. If we press the right arrow on our keyboard, it should go right. And if we don't press the left or right arrow, then this catcher should just stay still. So if KB, which is the keyboard, dot pressing, and we're pressing left, then the catcher's velocity for moving left or right, which is x, is going to be a negative number. Otherwise, or else if kb.pressing is right, so we're pressing the right button, then the catcher's velocity should be positive. So I'm just going to do +3. And any other condition beyond that, the catcher's velocity should just remain 0, or it shouldn't move. Okay, now let's run it. See, when we press the left button, we can hit it. But as we can see, our catcher can go beyond our screen, and we don't want that to happen. So in the next episode, we're going to prevent the catcher from moving off the edges, and also if it hits the catcher, then it will go back to the top, and also write the program to keep up with the score.